Welcome back to a biopic. Is that how you say that? Biopic or biopic?
It's biopic. Biopic is like some sort of pick
For your teeth?
for your teeth or something.
Yeah, we're doing a biopic on the man Naaman. He calls him Mr. Naaman.
Mr. Naaman.
Mr. Naaman
I
from the
mean,
Bible.
if the friggin' general of the army of Syria rolled up to me, I think I'd call him Mr. whatever he
Naaman.
wants to be called.
Okay, well, Mr. Naaman is an interesting character. Somebody who was desperately looking for freedom from leprosy, but really not willing to do it the way that was prescribed by the Lord, and that's a problem for most of us. You had a story that amplifies this.
So here's my story, Bill. Let me ask you a question to start the story, and that is, how many guys have you met that have said to you through the years, I'm willing to do anything?
Oh, man. I just have to look in the mirror, but yeah, it does.
Countless. And I said it myself. And I remember in 1998, Melissa and I were home for furlough, and I desperately wanted freedom. And I remember praying to God. I was afraid of the consequences of my sin. In particular, I was afraid of contracting HIV, given what I was doing and where I was doing it. And I remember praying and asking God, if you will deliver me from this, and you will, I was about to take an HIV test, and if you will let this test be negative, then I'm willing to do anything to find freedom.
Wow.
And to go and I have my HIV test, and it comes back negative, and I'm so grateful. And I say, okay, God, I'm willing to do anything. And God says, I want you to be honest. I want you to tell someone about what's been going on. And my heart just sunk. And I said, God, I can't be honest. I'm afraid of being honest. Give me another option. And we had actually gone to a counseling intensive for pastors and missionaries. And I remember sitting there in that intensive just with this thought resonating in my mind. I need to be honest. I need to tell him what's going on. And I remember even trying to drop hints that I've got this big thing going on. And I remember even telling him at one point in the counseling, I said, you know what my biggest fear is? My biggest fear is that I'm going to be unfaithful to Melissa. And, you know, of course, at that point, I'd already been unfaithful. But, you know, I'm just trying to get him to dig a little bit. So But here's the thing, Bill. I wasn't really willing to be honest. So I began to bargain with God. I said, okay, how about this, God? You know, I found this book by Elmer Towns, Fasting for Spiritual Breakthrough. So I thought, okay, I'm willing to do that. I can fast. I'm not willing to be honest, but I'm willing to fast. So how about, God, we do this? I want to trade a side of honesty, put it over here, and I'll take on the side of fasting. Mm-hmm. Okay. So we're going to put this away because I really don't want to do that. I really don't think I can do that. And so, you know, I can only imagine what God's thinking. God's thinking, Troy, stop it. You said you were willing to do anything. I told you to be honest. So I fast. And do you know what happened, Bill?
No. You lost weight.
I got hungry. But I didn't find freedom. I continued to struggle. Because I was not really willing to do anything. I was not willing to do the thing that God was calling me to do. And that's the thing we've got to recognize. God calls us to a certain path. He gave Naaman a path, and Naaman didn't like that path. It didn't fit his expectations, or it was too scary for him, or it was too shaming for him, or whatever the case may be. And I'm encouraging you guys. God wants you to be free. In fact, He wants you to be free more than you want to be free.
Yeah.
The problem is you and I want to dictate the terms of our recovery. You and I want to stay in control. Our biggest fear is not being in control. And the moment we surrender and God lays out that path and we follow that path, all of a sudden freedom begins to come.
There's something that's almost seems counterintuitive to our instincts that we're going to talk about tomorrow when we talk about this path of freedom that I think you're going to find as a bottom line extremely helpful. It's what I call a paradox, but we'll see what you think about it tomorrow. But please come back because it's super, super important because I know you want to be free and we're going to talk about how tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, guys.
See you then.